Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, the 1st of August, and I was going to put a short out this morning because I thought it was the second, and it's the second's the anniversary of when Alf and I first went on a date. He picked me up at the bottom of my mum's road. I was standing by the telegraph pole waiting for him. He came down in his little green Mini, and in the back of the Mini were his mum and his brother. He did warn me beforehand that because I had to go to the hospital to see Alfie's dad, who was recovering from a heart attack. So Alf and his mum went in to see his dad, and I stayed outside with his brother and tried to keep him occupied. But it's tomorrow, not today, so I'll do the video tomorrow. I've got loads of leftover food from the weekend. I'm going to have to go and find somebody and just give it away. I hate wasting food. Really, this video is about, turn off if you don't want to hear it because I'm sick of her as well, Foodie Beauty. She had a date with a young gentleman. She said 10 years younger than her, but he sounded a lot younger than that. And dainty little hands, that's all you saw. But the date didn't turn out well. She picked him up from Montreal, I believe. So she drove all the way there, picked him up, because he was bringing her to Jean to cook, and brought him all the way back. And it didn't go as planned. My suspicion is that it was another hookup. She'd been sending the pictures of herself when she, with all the filters and everything, where she looked not all lovely, but a lot better than she does in real life. So this poor bloke got an almighty shock when he saw this £450 woman with bad skin and a wheezy laugh and dubious manners, he-higging and passing wind. I dread to think. And she took him back to the villa, which she had cleaned of a sort. I'm only here on my own, I spend more every day, I know I don't need to do it, but I do, every day, just keeping on top of this house than she does when she has a great big, one of her great big, doing a flash, one of her great big cleansing things. That's my normal routine, plus. So she is a lazy woman, and I'm beginning to wonder all these videos that are coming out from Sam's Club now, stirring up the drama all again, because the loop with Chantal and Noddy as lovers has passed. Him beating Dee up is in the hands of the police. They need to keep their channels alive. I'm not casting aspersions and blaming. I'm giving my opinion, right? My opinion is this. Chantal isn't above embarrassing herself, embarrassing her family in the most horrendous ways. Most horrendous. She bent down at the weekend and all you could see was everything. All you could see. If she's not yeeted from YouTube after that palaver, I don't know what's going to get her off the platform. Disgusting. Made me feel sick. But go back to Sam's bar, people. I'm wondering whether they are stalling and leaking these videos one by one with about a 5-day break in between each release. Sort of like a soap opera on TV. They leave you hanging so you can't wait to the next episode. And I'm sorry, but I've got no respect for any of you, none of you. all the group, excuse me, group sessions, for want of a better word, and notorious pictures you've been sending to each other, the what they used to call sadomasochism, and is now called dom and sub. What Noddy did to Dee Dee, that was not role play. It was not. 2 detectives went to her house, women detectives, and she said she was ready for them. So I don't know whether it was at night or in the morning, but either way, they got her out of bed. She had to get dressed, and she went along to the police station with them. Doubtless she's told them all this hunky-dory with Nada when it clearly isn't. Excuse my throat. This is now it's a fallback to the COVID. I just can't get rid of this phlegmy stuff on my chest. So I'm thinking maybe this is another thing that's been cooked up. I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying it's a possibility. Maybe a probability. I don't know. The other day when I saw Chantal driving along, because I do watch on Kiwi Farms, I won't give a review. I'll only go to comment on certain channels, but she doesn't allow me to comment anyway, nor he doesn't. I don't know why. Anyway, when she was driving along in a little Noddy car, you know, I was trying to think what it reminded me of. Chantal going up the highway, herping up the highway with this little tiny steering wheel. And what it reminded me of is a book I read many years ago, and my daughter's read it. She said it's a good book, and she's a bibliophile. She loves books. And it's a book called Under the Skin by Michael or Michelle Faber. It's a man, Australian man, and he and his wife moved to Scotland. He's had a lot of ups and downs, nervous breakdown, didn't know what he was going to do with himself. He was going to write a story about a couple who adopted a monkey and brought it up as a human child, all these weird things. So I'm giving you a foretaste of what the book is about. Under the Skin. And this woman, just like Chantal, she's called Isserley, Isserley, a lovely name, but you couldn't really call your child that name after reading the book. So Isserley is up and down the highway. She's only tiny, like Chantal, but she's heavy set, piglet, like, you know, and she cruises the motorways looking for men. And it's got to be a certain type of man. Like Chantal says she likes them with big doodahs. Well, this woman is looking for men who are well-built, broad-shouldered, muscly. And she asks them where they're going. And it doesn't really matter to her because she's going to take them all to the same place anyway. So they tell her, they get in the car, she's driving along, and a couple she's taken pretty near where they're going, but she sort of anaesthetises them in the car. She's got a special, here's one for you, Chantal, here's an idea for you. Get a contraption that you can use that's going to knock the bloke out, so he won't know what's hit him till you get him back to your place. So that's what happens in this book, and I recommend it. I really do. I've read it twice. I think my daughter's read it twice. There's a film also with Scarlett Johansson. She plays Isserley, which I think it was bad casting really, because she's far too beautiful to play Italy. She had the snout nose and the big, physique. He says here, Michelle Faber. It's Micel, so I don't know how you pronounce it. He said, I wanted to write a book that knocked people sideways, haunted them forever. And I will guarantee you that this book does that. He said when he moved from Australia to Ireland to Scotland, my Highland habitat was miraculously beautiful. I would walk along the prehistoric seashore among sheep and cows, awed by the strange beauty of the natural world, yet still perversely capable of feeling anxious and grieved. He was really a very disturbed man. There's a picture of Scarlett Johansson. But as I say, she's far too... The movie was 2013 and I've seen it and I found it a little bit disappointing. My daughter liked it, and my grandson liked it. He said that the book is about the evils of evading moral responsibility for the decisions that we make. He's saying it's stuck in people's minds. Italy, even today, is still driving around in her clapped out Toyota, searching for fresh prey. I strongly suggest you don't go hitchhiking on the motorways of Scotland and thereabouts, but watch that book, read that book, rather than watch the film. Read the book and tell me if it isn't reminiscent of Miss Chantal driving round in a little Noddy car, eyeing up all the guys. Very reminiscent. I'll be back later. Bye-bye.